morning. Start a night. All right. Good morning. There we go. See if anyone logs on. Yay, Stacy! Tamana! All right, cool. Good morning, Tamiko. So excited to see you all here. All right, so I'm gonna go into something that came up. Aw, thanks for all the hearts. I gotta tell you guys, this has. Thanks. Who's blowing me up? This has. I want to turn off my music actually. Okay. This has gotten me getting up earlier than usual, but I kind of like it. Aw, the heart's just, cause you love me so much, or did you like the song? All right, good morning, everyone. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into it because I know most of you guys have places to go, things to do. So, excuse me. Today I really want to talk about shifting perception. Hi, Suresh, and specifically I want to talk about who here has read or at least understands, gone through somewhat a course. Hey, Lisa. Who here has read A Course in Miracles or at least parts of it? I can't say I've actually read it cover to back, but there are parts of it that I have learned and studied and that I agree with. So which one of you guys? Yes, I love you loads and wait for you. I love you, Tawana. Parts. Okay, cool. Never read it. Oh, Lee, I think you'd like it. Course in Miracles. It's cool. Very cool. It's Marianne Williamson and actually Gabby Bernstein. She still will refer to it, but I know like when Gabby Bernstein was beginning her career, she really was basically teaching A Course in Miracles along with, as well as Marianne Williamson. Anyways, what A Course in Miracles talks about, there's a part in it, they talk about miracles being basically a shift in perception. Or they say a miracle is a shift in perception from fear to love. So, this happened actually yesterday. I had a coaching call yesterday, and it was, that's okay. I'm glad to see you. It shifted me and it helped me think of things in a new way. So I wanted to share it with you guys. And so the thing was that she, the woman on the coaching call, was really wanting to have a miracle, a shift in perception when it came to abundance. And specifically, she felt like she was able to receive abundance, but it wasn't directly. She was able to receive it mostly via her husband, or she had things happen to her miraculously out of the blue, and she is in a really good place, but at the same time she feels like, but I want it to come directly. I feel like everyone else around me has it, and they're happy to support me, and my husband's happy to support me, and it's all good. I'm not in any need, but I still feel like I can't have it. It can't come. It's just not coming directly through me, and sometimes it does, but it's inconsistent. And so I thought, okay, well, that's interesting. And we kind of talked around the idea of self-worth and the beliefs around what it means to receive money. And she went into her background and how basically her background growing up, she was always shamed or guilted around receiving presents. Her parents were very, very tight with money, blah, 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 blah. So there was all that to work with. But ultimately, what it came down to, and what I want to share with you guys, is that she was actually manifesting. So here's the thing. The universe is going to work through the path of least resistance to give you what you're asking for, to give you what you need. There is nothing you cannot be, do, or have. Abundance, wholeness in all areas of our life is the nature of the day. And so the shift in perception happened. Basically, how I'm going to summarize it to you guys is that instead of looking for where the abundance was not, which for whatever reason, there may have been a block for the abundance coming to her directly. However, the path of least resistance, hey Michael, the path of least resistance for her was through her husband, which that is still her manifesting the money. Because here's the thing. I want you guys to think of whatever it is you're seeking, whatever it is you're asking for, whether it is money, whether it is health, whether it is love, whether it is whatever it is. I want you to think of wherever, whenever it comes, that your source and your supply comes from God, comes from source, comes from the universe. And it'll come through the path of least resistance to you. So in her case, this was her husband. But that's still you manifesting. That's still you asking and drawing it from the universe. It's not your job. I mean, I always love the expression that the job is not your source of money. It's the way that money comes to you. But your source, your supply comes from God. And even if you were to lose your job, you would still find a way, the universe would still find a way to give you what you're a match for, to give you what you believe you are worthy of having, deserving, and keeping. So I don't want you that. Yep, cool. I'm glad this is resonating. So here's the thing. Here's the shift in perception. And here's what really hit me after the call. The shift in perception was when hey Aparna, is when this woman stopped trying to see money where it was not, and instead shifted to see where her abundance, where her money was actually coming in. How did I say this? I took a note on this because I thought it was just so profound. And so instead of being frustrated by how it was not coming to her, the shift in perception or the miracle came when she actually started seeing where it was coming, where it was, right? So how many of us, and that's the miracle, that's where when you shift what you're seeing, what you're looking at, what you believe is, how do I say this? Basically, when you shift your perception, you put yourself on a whole new energetic playing field. You now become, instead of seeing what's not coming in or where it's not coming in or how it's not coming in, you're now seeing where it is coming in and where it is present and flowing into your life to you from God through whatever indirect source it is coming through. And when that happens, when you make that small shift in perception, you put yourself on a whole new playing field. You start seeing things in a different way. You start recognizing, I actually do have a lot of abundance. And so what I want you guys to do this morning, I would love for you to type it below, is ask yourself, whatever it is that you are seeking, whatever is the reason that you follow me or you work with law of attraction or that you pray and meditate, whatever it is that you are seeking, instead of seeing where it's not coming in, I want you to shift your perception, and you can always ask your guides or your higher self or whatever if you're really having trouble finding it. I want you to shift and actually see, where is this appearing in my life? Where am I actually receiving this indirectly? So I would love to know if this makes sense to you guys, if you guys have any questions around it, or if you want to share if this is opening up anything for you all. What's a good example for me? Hi, Natalie. What is up? Good morning, pretty lady. And this is the same thing really from going to seeing what's wrong to seeing what's right. This is going from the idea of seeing lack to actually seeing that there is abundance everywhere. This is going from feeling like I don't have the love. I don't have love because I'm not getting it from a particular person to I actually have a ton of love all around me. It's shifting that perception and actually seeing what you're looking for already present in your life. It's that shift in perception that opens you up to the miracle. It's that shift in perception that opens you up to a chain of events that elevates your vibration, that opens you up, honestly, to a whole new reality. Because instead of being in this world where you feel like you're in lack or in need or you don't have what you think you're looking for, you're now seeing where it is. Does this all make sense? And that's A Course in Miracles. Met someone new on Saturday, and it's reciprocated affection. I think after surrendering and asking for my highest vibrational connection, manifested it. Awesome. And seeing that anything is possible, wherever, however, whenever. True. And that's another good example. But when it comes to love, too, for instance, if with unrequited love, too, instead of being stuck with someone, if you feel like you're not getting the love you need from someone, makes total sense. I started making lists of all the stuff I have in my life list keeps getting longer. Yes, seeing the having, not the lacking. Yes, Chris, exactly. Hey, Tamiko. And that's really the point. And I think it's very simple, but it's very profound. And I think it's easy to get caught up. Love's a good example. It's easy to get caught up with, like, why doesn't this person love me? Like, I don't feel the love. Like, why isn't this working out? Blah, blah, blah. And instead of getting caught up in seeing where love is not coming in, if that's the case, instead ask yourself for a miracle. Ask yourself to shift and see, well, actually, where is love coming in? Because that's what I want to focus on. That's where I want to focus. And so if you have friends, family, even directly from the universe, if you can just feel the abundance of love and outpouring. Me, it's like every time I see my cat, I just feel the love of God. I'm just like, because, pets are such sources of unconditional love. And so if I were, frustrated in a relationship, instead of staying in frustration and staying focused on what's not there, I would have a shift in perception and focus on actually where it is coming in. When a goddess loves themselves, they don't pine over lesser things than what they are. Yeah. Shift in perception, because that opens you up to the miracle. So the meditation I want to do today basically touches on that. It's very quick. It's actually something I made up last night. It just came to me last night. And it's going to, hopefully, the idea is that it's going to help you feel that shift in perception, that shift from going from lack and not the feeling of lack, the feeling of not having, because that might be where you're focusing on, where the love's not coming in, where the money's not coming in, where the abundance is not coming in, and then shifting and choosing to see, well, where is the love coming in? Where is the abundance coming in? Where am I actually supported in my life? Like, where do I see myself being totally taken care of and guided and loved and nurtured by the universe? Because when I shift my perception, I then open myself up to more miracles. What we focus upon expands. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, things increase. That's the nature of the day. Everything increases. But are you focused on the lack and not having, or are you focused on the having? And then ultimately it comes back to gratitude. So this is what this whole series is about. Are you spending the majority of your focus and time in gratitude, on celebrating? I actually have a lot of love for my family, for myself, from the universe, from my pet, from my friends, etc., etc. I actually have a lot of abundance coming in around me from different sources. And I'm going to give gratitude for that. That's where my focus is going to go, on what I do have. Or are you focusing on where it's not coming in, what you don't have, where you feel lonely, da-da-da-da? That's the shift in perception. So today I would ask you guys to just be conscious of, whenever you feel yourself moving into lack, whenever you feel yourself moving into thoughts of, I don't have this, or it's not coming in here, I want you to instead ask yourself, where is it coming in? And celebrate that. Celebrate the avenues where abundance is coming in for you. Abundance in all areas: health, wealth, love, career, purpose, fulfillment. Where are things working? Focus there. Give gratitude. For me, instead of focusing on the fact that I have a huge emotional gap between my parents and I just started to make a habit of 5 things why I am grateful to have my parents in my life, especially during the times of a misunderstanding, where I feel like reacting back at them. That's so good. That's Book of Positive Aspects. And so the Book of Positive Aspects, one, obviously when you focus on the positive, you attract more positive. But 2, it's like, instead of focusing on what's wrong in the relationship, in the relationship with your parents, you're now choosing to shift your perception and find all that's actually going right and all that is really good with the relationship with your parents. And this is really good, particularly if you have a troubling relationship, or if you have a relationship where you're really struggling to come together. It's, how do I say this? This is really good for challenging relationships. Instead of seeing what's going wrong in the relationship, shift your perception to see what's actually going right. Ask for the miracle. Ask to see things differently. And as you shift your perception, as you open yourself up to miracles, your elevation, your vibration rises, and everything starts to change, because you start to see everything differently. That's a really good point, Tamana. Thank you for sharing. And sometimes it's okay to let go and let God. Absolutely. Focus on where the love is coming in. So if that means that you just don't focus on your parents at all, and you focus on God, and you focus on how God is always providing for you, that abundance and love is the nature of the day, then focus there. Focus, it's all about a shift in perception. Instead of looking at what's not there, see where it is coming in. See where it is. Does this make sense? It's all a shift in perception. Absolutely. Yes, surrender. Surrender and just see things. See what is there. See where the love is. See where the abundance is. See what is going right. Shift the perception. Okay, so let's do the meditation. Hopefully my idea is that it'll hit you in a whole new way. I actually text. Okay, so go ahead and let's close your eyes. And take a deep breath in. And release. And I'm going to look at my notes because I just made this up last night. All right, so I want you to imagine that you are in a dark forest. And it's a forest that's just covered in thorny bushes. And everything is just overgrown. It's not tended to. It's dark. It's creepy. The trees are curvy and twisted. It's stormy up ahead. And I want you to tap into how that feels in your body. I want you to get a sense that in this dark forest, you really can't see your way. The path isn't clear. You're not really seeing what's lying ahead. You feel trapped or lost. You feel confused. It's hard to navigate. Put yourself in that dark, twisty, stormy forest, and I want you to connect with the feelings in your body, how it feels to be in a place like that. And what this dark forest represents is a mind that's in darkness, is a mind that sees in lack, that can't see what's there, that doesn't see the light, that might feel trapped or lost or confused or scared in any way that fear is popping up and manifesting. And I want you to connect with how it feels to be in a place like that mentally, and how it impacts your emotions, how it impacts your body. Is your body constricted? How does your body respond to this type of environment? And I don't want you to spend too much time here. I just want you to get a sense of how it feels. So now I'm going to have you absolutely shift your perception. I want you to now, in your mind's eye, turn to the right. Absolutely do a 90-degree turn to the right. And as you turn your head, as you shift your perception, I want you to now see a path that is lit up and it's bright. And I want you to walk over to that path, to that trail. And as you walk over to that trail, I want you to sense how your body responds to this path with an open field. It's like a lit up, bright path, bright trees, flowers. It's open up, it's clear. You can see you can see for miles and miles ahead of you. And I want you to step onto this path, into this path, and continue to walk. Continue to walk into the light. And as you walk into the light, as you walk into this openness, as you look all around you, you see abundance. You see flowers and trees that are lit up and bright and shiny and vibrant. And you can see for miles and miles and miles. And you feel safe, you feel supported and nurtured. You see how the light goes on and on and on, and it lights your way, and you can see clearly where your next step is. And you know that with every step, you are supported, and you can see that you are safe. And I want you to connect with how that feels in your body. I want you to connect to how your emotions shift and how your physical body shifts when you're in a place where you feel safe, where you are connected with the light, where you know that each and every step just brings you closer and closer to greater abundance and greater light. And I want you to now get the sense, get some sort of knowing that even though you couldn't see this trail before, you couldn't see this trail in the darkness, I want you to get a sense that you knew that trail was always there. And I want you to get a sense that you knew all it would take is this minor, slight, very subtle shift in perception. All it took was for you to look in a different direction, and the path appeared. And it was always there. And it always is there. And I want you to always affirm to yourself that no matter how dark the forest may seem around you, that you will always seek the light. You will move towards it. You will ask to see things differently, to look in a new direction, because that light, that path is always there. There's always a new way. There's always a way into the light and into the openness and into the abundance. And so just, you can stay in this feeling of being on a path that's lit up and bright and safe and abundant for as long as you want, because it's a good vibration. But if you want, feel free to just take a deep breath in, breathe that all in. And release. And just affirm that I'm always, the light is always there, the way is always there, the path is always there. And if I just choose to shift my perception anytime I'm in fear or in lack, I will always find the light. I will always find my way back into the light, back into abundance. I will always find the miracle. All right, so could you guys feel, I'm curious to know your experience. Could you feel, it's a short one, but I think it's a really good one for actually like connecting what we're seeing to how, what we see in our mind's eye to how we feel and how our actual physical body responds to that. So I would love to know, and thank you, Barbara. I'm glad the meditations are helping. So I would love to know if you notice like a physical shift as you changed your perception. I want to notice if you really felt like how your body was like, went from being like constricted and tight to like, like I'm safe, like everything's fine. It's all here. It's always been here. I've always been safe. The love has always been here. The abundance has always been here. I just had to see where it was versus where it wasn't. Yay, Lee, good. So be, and so it is. Amen. Love this meditation. We'll definitely practice this one more. It is a clear experience of shift in perception, and that is always available. Awesome, Natalie. Yes, 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 yes. Sampada, I could not see dark forest, but I could really feel light and flowers and lovely nature. It brought a smile on my face. Good. In the dark forest, I felt pressure in my head, and when we went down the light path, that cleared, and I feel smiley. Awesome! Yeah, interesting. Pressure in your head. Interesting. My heart felt full and tears swelled up with gratitude and love as I turned my head to right. Love the meditation. Good. Okay, good. Yeah, and so that's what I want you guys, this is really focusing on gratitude, but again, a miracle is a shift in perception from fear to love, from lack to abundance, from what's not going right to what is going right, from what's not there to what is actually right there in front of us. We just have to shift our perception and be open to the miracle. I have a lot of head stress sometimes. So there's a lot going on up there. Okay. So sometimes all it takes is just, again, like I think you might have said it, letting go and then shifting to what's going right. Letting go of what's going wrong, and shifting to what's going right. Letting go of what's stressful and what's not working to, well, what is working? Where can I find peace? Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. So happy you guys are on here. Find what's going right. Give gratitude for what's going right. Give gratitude for where abundance in any area of your life is actually showing up, and where you put your focus on, you will get more of. You will be open to that miracle. You will elevate your vibration. And it's like, just like with the forest thing, you actually open up to a whole new reality. You shift out of lack and fear and into love. Funny, I was feeling literally scared at the beginning. And when you told to look at the right, I saw a path full of light even before you mentioned. Wow, that's funny. Yeah, cool. telepathic, Tamana. That's very good. Very intuitive. Okay, you guys have a blessed day. Love you so much. And last thing. So, the album Healing Meditations and Hypnotherapy for Healing Trauma and Anxiety comes out tomorrow, but I'm going to actually send the link later today. If you guys want, you can actually get it today. There is a special page where you can download it. Oh, my voice! Where you can download it. And I will share it with you guys. So yeah. So stay tuned for that. And I think it's also awesome that you guys were loving. I'm really surprised you guys were loving my drink, because it's not a sugary, tasty, yummy drink, but it is really good for you. So yeah, thank you, Lee. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned for the link, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mwah! Bye, guys. Thank you, Tamana.